So this portion is Itro. Itro, we know, talks about this biggest event that ever happened in history, which is what's called the Ten Commandments. But we know that basically what it was millions of people become prophets. They saw things that you cannot see when you are awake. You can see maybe when you're dreaming, when you're asleep. You can see something like that, but it's not the same. You see something when you are awake that is like the world of the dream that you have, but you see with so much clarity that you know that this is reality. And you learn in 1 second things that will take millions of years to understand. Just like an ability to see things above the five senses, to see the reality that normally you cannot see while you are in your physical body. And this is what happened to us. And this was planting the seed that eventually all humanity will be able to have prophecy, which means to be able to connect with the divine inspiration, with the ability to see things above the five senses, to connect with the 99%. And the 10 Commandments is basically the 10 Sfirot, the 10 dimensions that we were able to actually tap into them, to see that, to connect with this. And this is what it is all about. This portion, it's about desiring it. Because if you're desiring it, you will eventually find what to do in order to get there. Desiring what we had before. And we know that with this energy, we had it all. Because we know it said that the Israelites that were there in Mount Sinai, in that moment, they were completely one. It said Vayicha Ha'am, which means they were not plural. The way that they described the nation, not as many people. It's like one person. Vayichan, it's singular. It's one person. Everyone was one. There was total unity because everyone wants the same thing. And deep inside, all humanity wants the same thing. We all want this connection. Because at the moment that you have this connection, you have everything else. And at the moment that we had it, what happened as a result? Sick people were cured. Blind people start to see. Everything was fixed. There was everything that we needed. So we did our effort to overcome our ego and to connect with the real desire. And then we find to love each other. We can just help each other. The differences become something that helping each other, to learn from each other, not to fight each other, etc. And the energy enter, and it was in a miraculous way healing, like in the womb. In a miraculous way, the organs are created, right? The liver come to existence. The same way. People that couldn't see, they could see. People that didn't look good, start to look good. Everything, the death was removed, the negativity was removed, the beauty, the positivity, the life was revealed. That's what it was. And it's all about desiring this experience, to experience again this enlightenment. And we know that every time that we read the Torah, we connect with the spark of it. But as much as we have more desire for it, as stronger that we can get there. And the number of verses is 72, which is related with the portion of last week. Because if you remember last week, the splitting of the Red Sea, all the enemies, all the obstacles disappear. Because we're not afraid. We wanted the spiritual things. And then all the negativity passed. But now it's the revelation of it. So this is the revelation of the 72 names that you have in the 72 verses, which is the desire, the real desire that we had from the beginning. It's the desire to get back this prophecy, divine inspiration, connected with the 99%, the inspiration, that the light will reside on us, in us, that will be able to get it. That we want that. That's what we want. This is the biggest pleasure in this world. And with this, we'll have everything else as well. But this is what we really want, okay? So this is a huge opportunity for us to desire it, and then eventually we will be able to get it. Practically, obviously, it's take all the writing that were written with prophecy and divine inspiration, which is the Zohar and all the other writings that we know, including obviously the 5 books of Moses and the prophets, etc., the Psalm of King David, to read it with a desire not just to understand it in an intellectual way, to connect with the prophecy, the energy to motivate me to transform so I can have this prophecy, that I can have the connection with the light of Force of the Creator. That's what it is all about. And thank you very much.